Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing a different type of video than a vlog simply because I had a great idea for a video and also I've not been doing very much today other than just getting my house organised. In the future I would like to incorporate that kind of content into my vlogs of like organising my house, but at the moment I just feel it a bit strange with the tripod setup and everything. It just seems to make that task a lot longer than what it needs to be. So anyway, I'll figure a way around that. So I thought I would do a video around, and if you see me looking to the side, by the way, this is because I've written the points down because there's about 10 of them here. So buckle in, brace yourself. This is going to be a long one. The video is about being sort of frugal chic. So recently I've been embracing this idea because I want to keep the luxury in my life, but I also just want to be a bit more mindful of my own resources and not also being wasteful as well, and just trying to be a bit more like, I suppose a bit more sustainable and just like not just wasting things, wasting my time, money, resources and materials and things going into landfill unnecessarily. So yesterday, well, this actually goes back a few days actually. So when I've been doing my clearing out, I actually found lots and lots of old makeup bags. Now I'll show you what I mean. Like these types of pouches. And I've got about 4 or 5 different ones of these, one of which I really loved, but if you remember, I ended up with a broken bottle of foundation a couple of months ago. It exploded inside that bag and I've never used it since. And I just thought to myself, do you know what? I'm going to put these all in the washing machine. So I turned them all inside out, put some fairy liquid, like real fairy liquid, in the washing machine, and then put in the washing capsule, put them on a wash, cold wash, about 30 degrees, and then hang them outside to dry. So I've brought them all in today, and that's what I'm talking about, where I've been pottering a little bit. And it now feels like I've got 5 brand new like makeup wash bags. Now, I'll be honest, in the past, I think old me would have actually just went to TK Maxx and bought more and probably got rid of the ones that I have. But actually, I've just managed to like give myself like basically 5 new items just by washing them yesterday, and they came out genuinely like brand new. So I feel like that's a really good hack. Sometimes I feel like to get that sort of like dopamine high of getting something new, you have to go and buy something new. But I think actually you can restore things that you have and not feel the need to buy, if that makes sense. What I do, by the way, this is just another hack, is like this particular pouch, I've filled this up and I do handbag pouches. So in my handbag, I'll put a pouch in like this and I'll put in hand sanitizer. I've got like my perfume in here, my keys and everything. So it just means there's not things like floating around in the bottom of your bag because that's just so like not elegant. So yeah, that's my hack. My hack is to reuse things that you already have and bring them back to life, maybe just wash them or mend them or repair them, and then you get that same dopamine hit that you would have if you bought something new. So that's the first one. Right, let's get the second one. The second one. This appeared in a recent vlog, so this has got 2 parts to it. Part 1 being that I used up my Jo Malone candle, which is the Red Roses scent, and I was a little bit upset because I really loved that candle, but I thought I didn't want to throw the jar away. So I put some hot water in the jar and I let the wax come to the surface, and I poured the water outside afterwards. Remember, don't pour the water down the sink because the wax could congeal in your sink drainer, which you don't want. I've done that mistake before. And so then all the wax comes to the surface. So I scooped the wax out, put it to the side, and then I had this lovely jar and I filled it with Q-tips. I've put it in my bathroom and now it looks really chic and really elegant. And I've got this lovely Jo Malone like display, and I've managed to reuse the jar for something purposeful. And I use quite a lot of Q-tips, so that's great. The other part to that is that I kept the wax and I just put it in this little dish, and I wasn't sure what to do with it, and there was quite a bit in it, and I thought I don't want to throw that away. And I soon realised that it actually had a really strong scent because I'd obviously like melted it down. So I just kept it in the little dish and I put it in my bathroom next to the actual jar. And now my bathroom honestly smells so nice. Like it's actually stronger than having like a diffuser or something in there. So that's my second little hack. If you've got a candle that you love, take the wax out the jar, use the jar for something else, and keep the wax for a little pot for your bathroom. Equally, you could use it if you've got like a wax melt or something like that, you could use it for that as well. So that's my second thing. Third one, right, this appeared in a recent vlog as well. I'm bringing all of these hacks together because some of them I think just end up in like the end of my vlogs and maybe people don't see them. So I'm bringing this all into one spot. The next one being is my Waitrose shop. Now, I've talked about this before, but basically I shop at Waitrose. Now, I know what you might be thinking is like, oh, fancy you like shopping at Waitrose, because I know that's what people think when people shop at Waitrose. However, I shop the Waitrose Essential line, and everything in the Waitrose Essential line is really, really good quality. So for me, I think it's worth shopping at a high quality supermarket to get quality food and just actually shopping like the Essential line. So I don't shop at Waitrose and then buy like ready meals that are £10 or upwards or whatever. That's not me. But I think that's worth it. And I think I said this in the video where I was talking about my monthly Waitrose shop. One thing that they do in particular that I just think is an absolute bargain is they do 3 bags of frozen fruit for £6, and they're 400 grams each. And so that's over a kilo of fruit for £6, and the quality of it is honestly fantastic. Literally, as we're speaking, I've got some of their cherries defrosting on my countertop, and I'm going to have them with yogurt later on as a snack, and it's a really good way to stay healthy. Now, the other part about this, so I do shop at Waitrose and I shop the Essential line. That's the first part. The second part being that I also use coupons. So I got £8 off my last shop, and I think it'll probably be like that from now till Christmas because they sent me like a pack of them. So it's like one for each month. So I thought that's amazing. Like, that's a really good deal. So if you do get vouchers and coupons, do use them. Honestly, when that came through the post, I just thought it was another piece of junk mail and I almost tossed it in the bin, and I'm like, whoa, imagine I'd thrown that away. It's like literally throwing money away. So just be careful of that as well. The third thing around this Waitrose shop is, and you can do this with any shop, it doesn't have to be from Waitrose, but I like to do this, and this is working really well for me, is reducing food waste, also preventing me having to buy more food and do top-up shops and things. I like to front load my fridge food, so I have that the first half of the month and then I live out the freezer the second half of the month. I think having things for the freezer is an absolute game changer. I've talked about the fruit. I like to have the steamed vegetables from there as well. I like to have things like fish cakes. I always buy their chicken goujons, everything. So even like I've also got into potato waffles as well. The other thing I really like from Waitrose is their eggs, the Dutchy eggs. You get a dozen eggs and they're like tip top. I love them. So basically what I'm saying is strategize like how you eat and when you eat, and I think that that's really preventing me having food waste, especially living on my own. I always felt that was an issue of like having waste, because it's quite hard to shop just for yourself and not have things like go out of date, if that makes sense. The other thing with that is if like at the moment like I have pita breads quite a lot, so I just put the pita breads right into the freezer and I take them out and defrost them as I need them, rather than like having them just in a bread basket or something like that. So that's my Waitrose shop and that's my food shop, and I think that's making a massive difference. Right, this one's also appeared in a vlog as well, and this one is about repurposing your packaging. Now for me, I like things to look aesthetic, so if I've got a nice pot or a nice something, then I like to use that again. So for example, I once bought the Tatcha Beauty Moisturiser Cream, which is amazing, love that. But it's really expensive. I can't afford to keep buying that every single time I need moisturiser. So I bought the Paula's Choice one, the NYX, which is still expensive, but it's not quite as expensive as Tatcha. But equally, the Paula's Choice one came in this tube, and I was like, it's a bit of an anticlimax comparing to like the Tatcha one. So I put the old Tatcha tub in the dishwasher. It came out like brand new. I just swooped in the old moisturiser into the Tatcha cup, like tub, and there we go, and voila, I've got this lovely looking moisturiser in really nice packaging. Equally, I'm trying to think where else I've done that. I've had like little sample things as well from Tatcha, like their little pots, and I've washed them out as well. I've not got anything in them at the moment, but I know they will come in handy for something. And also the perfume that I bought in one of my vlogs, it came in a lovely pink like tub, and I've filled that with my cotton pads as well. So that's another one. So definitely repurpose your packaging, especially if you want to look aesthetic, but also it just helps, like, again, not throwing things away. So yeah. Right, this is hack number 5. This one, I'm actually annoyed at myself from this one because I feel like I've been sleeping on this for so long, and now I've discovered it. I'm just like, why did I not discover this years ago? So basically, I discovered this, I think it was from someone on TikTok, around using like cashback sites. So whenever you shop online, you get cashback. And the reason I think I've never jumped on this before is because genuinely, if I've ever heard anything like that, I thought it would be like a scam. Like it almost sounds like too good to be true. Well, tried and tested from me, I'm telling you, it's not a scam and it works amazing. So I started out with one. So the first one I started out with was with Quidco. It's called Quidco, and I've been shopping on places. I looked through what I've accumulated so far. So after about a month of using it, I've actually generated £10. Now you might think, oh, whoopee, £10, but and the other flip side of that is I've earned £10 for literally just going through a cashback site when I'm buying stuff online. So I've bought things from Liberty London, Matalan, Jo Malone, Serenata Flowers, what was the other one? There's something else. So basically I've got over £10 just from literally going through that site instead of going directly to the site myself. It's honestly, it blows my mind. And I think over the course of a year that could really add up. Say I earn £10 a month from it, that's £120. That could be like a spa day at the end of the year or something. Or even if you're even smarter than that, you might put it into your investment portfolio or something. So definitely use cashback sites. The other one that I've signed up to is Rakuten. This one I'm quite excited for because when you sign up, you've got a £25 bonus that you get. So I'll leave my link, and if you sign up with my link, you'll get a £25 bonus just to start with. Like it blows my mind. I haven't actually spent mine yet. Do you know that when you actually get a voucher for something, you kind of like save it for something? I've got something in mind. I think I'll do it as part of a Selfridges order and use my £25. So like that'll pretty much like pay for a foundation in itself. It's like, that's crazy. So I've got a referral link for Quidco, and you'll get, I think it's £20 if you sign up for Quidco using my link, and also for Rakuten you'll get £25 back. So it's like, it's an absolute no-brainer. You can go and sign up to these sites yourself, but it's better to go through like my link because then you're actually getting like the referral like benefit as well. So like I say, I've been sleeping on these for literally years, and I'm just like, this is a no-brainer. In actual fact, it's kind of putting me off like going to the shops because, like, for example, next month I'm already thinking I'm running out of moisturiser. I think I need another eyebrow pencil. There's a few things I need, and I'm like, I'm just going to be getting that on Selfridges or Liberty London or whatever, so that I can actually just accumulate my cash back and use also like my referral bonus. I'm like, yeah, you can also use it for your Waitrose shops as well, or any, not any supermarket. I don't know what other ones are on there, but definitely for Waitrose, I think it's on Quidco and on Rakuten. And sometimes it's best to just check both ones because maybe there'll be a better offer on one of them. The only thing that you can't do is you can't use it in conjunction with another offer. So that's why I haven't actually used the Waitrose one yet, because I've been using their vouchers, which, yeah, so all swings and roundabout, but definitely worth doing. It's like, it's a no-brainer. The other one for me, I think this is a big one, and I've talked about this on the channel before as well, is buying fewer but buying better. So I've talked about this especially in relation to fashion. So like, for example, if you're like buying like sunglasses, or you're buying, like in my case I was thinking about even my Stanley Cup, which is in front of me there. I think sometimes you can feel like, oh, like for, I think my sunglasses were over £100, and I remember at the time like, oh, £100 for sunglasses. And even that Stanley Cup, I remember being like, I cannot believe I've spent like £50 on a Stanley Cup. I don't know if it was quite as much as that, but between, was it like 40 to £50 on a Stanley Cup? It seemed mad. But sometimes I think when you buy the better product, then you look after it more, you have it for longer, and it just serves you better. It also stops you from buying more of the same. I actually, before I got my Stanley Cup, I was in Home Bargains and I bought like a few different like Stanley Cup dupes, and my cupboard was kind of overflowing with like these lids and different cups and everything. And I've just narrowed it down. I've got one Stanley Cup and that's it. And I've got rid of the other things that I'd bought prior to that. So just buy one. It keeps things minimal and all the rest of it. And that actually leads me on to my next one, which is, my wardrobe is not jam-packed. So this is point 7, by the way. I feel like I'm not doing very well at not numbering all of these. Apologies. I've never done this type of video before. But point number 7 about minimalism. So for me, I like to have minimal items so that I can maximise on luxury. That's like a definite for me. So if anyone was to go into my wardrobe, I think they'd be quite surprised at how few items are actually in there, because people think of me, I think of being like quite fashionable and things, and it's like, yeah, I really just wear things wear them till they're completely done, and then I move on and I just get something else. And I feel like each item you bring into your house, whether it's for your wardrobe, for your home, or whatever it is, aside the monetary cost, I've talked about this before, but aside the monetary cost, it does have to take up space in your home. And in some form, it's then renting space off of you. So if you're in, I don't know, any shop, I don't know, New Look or whatever, and you see an item and you think, oh, that's kind of cheaper, it's a bargain, and you bring it home, that's now renting space off you and it's taking up space in your home. So just think about that when you're buying anything. And that actually brings me to my next hack, which is about seasonal decor discipline. Now we're going into the season where it's autumn and it's August at the moment, but it's all the shops are full of pumpkins, mugs that say boo on them. We're seeing like all of these decorations for Halloween. And it's like, it's fine to just buy yourself a little treat or buy an item, but it's like, you don't have to go into like Home Bargains and B&M in the range and have to buy like a trolley full of seasonal decor. So just be disciplined, because the thing is with seasonal decor is you're going to have to store it for the whole year. So once that season's done, it's going to have to get stored somewhere and you won't be using it again until next year. And the thing is, when the next year rolls around, the B&M or the range or whatever, or any shop will have a whole new range of stuff where you feel like you don't want the old stuff anymore, you want the new stuff, and that becomes a vicious cycle. It really does. So just be mindful of seasonal decor. I know it's nice to just mark the seasons, but maybe just think about buying one luxury thing as opposed to buying like loads and loads of decorations. Right, the next hack is, and I've lost count, so I'm really, really sorry, but the next one is, I think this is the final one. Yeah, it's the final one. Is actually just leaning into like birthdays and Christmas. Now, for me, I was actually upstairs earlier and I noticed in my makeup bag I had this Byredo like hairspray that my sister bought me for my birthday last year. If you're watching, thank you very much. I really love it. And I'm not saying that like when it comes to your birthday or Christmas that you start sending out everybody like a wish list or something, but I do think if you've got really close like friends or really close family that are thinking about getting you a gift and maybe they're not sure what to get you, then actually just make some suggestions so that you know you're getting something that you would like, and then they also feel good about giving you it because they also know that they're getting you something that you want as well. So if you don't feel comfortable telling them like specific items, what you could do is just send them like a link to like your Pinterest board where there's maybe like an overall mood or an overall sort of vibe on there with maybe specific brands, and then they can decide maybe the price point of thinking, oh, actually I'm going to get the more expensive item, or I'm going to get the midpoint one or the cheaper one or whatever. So they can have a look and just maybe pick up on the tone, the vibe, the colours and that sort of thing. And maybe like if you send them over a mood board and it's all perfumes, and that's maybe a hint like, you know, they want some kind of scent, like, so something like that. So for example, like my birthday is coming up in October. I've already got this perfume. So the perfume was like over £100. So that's really expensive. And that's maybe not a cost that I would ever expect like a family member to pick up, if that makes sense. Like, so like, but what I would say in that is that this particular brand, they also have a matching like hand soap. They have a hand cream. The hand cream I think is under £30. The soap I think is under £50. The shower gel's under £40. So it's like I could just send over the mood, the vibe, the brand, and be like, this is the scent that I really like. You can pick an item from that. So I think being cautious and remember to be mannerly about it and just not like obviously be kind, like gracious and very grateful for any like gift that you get. But I think when it comes to friends and family, like you can kind of maybe just steer it a little bit just to make sure. So yeah, so that's it. So anyway, this was quite long and quite rambly as always, and I'm sorry I didn't even keep up to speed with like we're on point 1, point 2, point 3 or whatever, but that's some of my Frugal Chic hacks. If you've got any Frugal Chic hacks that you want to share, honestly I'd be so like excited to hear them, because I'm really trying to just embrace this like a lot more, and I'm really enjoying it as well, of just thinking like, oh, I could try that. Oh, actually I don't need to buy something new, I could just like look after that. Or, oh, I'm going to buy something online, I'm going to go into Quidco or something. So yeah, if you have any Frugal Chic hacks, please leave them in the comments below and we can all sort of learn from your wisdom as well. So yeah,